Welcome to Western Nebraska Community College. I am Dr. Emily Norman, Dean of Students. We are about to begin our commencement ceremony. In Cougar Palace, there are 8 exits clearly marked to be utilized in the event of an emergency. Please take a moment to identify an exit and a secondary exit closest to you. In the event of an emergency, college personnel will provide emergency instructions. If you or someone near you experiences a medical emergency or you need medical assistance during the duration of today's ceremony, please notify security personnel who are wearing blue or gray shirts today. Please keep all aisles and exits clear for the safety of all persons in attendance today. At this time, please silence electronic devices. The processional will be led by the following faculty members: Dr. Hallie File, President, Nebraska Western College Association; Jennifer Pedersen, past President, Nebraska Western College Education Association; Bill Sheffield, President-elect, Nebraska Western College Education Association; and Amy Winters, Faculty Representative to the Board of Governors. The Western Nebraska Winds, under the direction of Dr. Nathaniel Johnson, WNCC Instrumental Activities Director, will now play Burnished Gold and Army Blue by John Kakavas.
Welcome to the 94th Annual Commencement Ceremony at Western Nebraska Community College. Please remain standing if you are able as we honor America with a performance of the Star Spangled Banner by WNCC Performing Art Group's Collegiate Chorale, conducted by Dr. Patrick Newell, Vocal Music Program Director. Please be seated. Thank you to our Collegiate Chorale for officially opening today's ceremony. I am Greg Dart, President of Western Nebraska Community College. It is an honor to welcome family members, visitors, dignitaries, faculty, staff, and administration to this historic celebration. Today on the platform are the following individuals: Star Lell, Vice Chair of the Western Community College Area Board of Governors; R.J. Savely, member of the Western Community College Area Board of Governors; Oscar Gonzalez, commencement speaker; Medea Casillas, student speaker; Dr. Kate Steinbach, interim chief academic officer; Dr. Grant Wilson, vice president of enrollment management and student services; and Brian Elkins, our registrar. One of the greatest honors I have as president is to officiate over these ceremonies. There are few things better than celebrating the students and their amazing accomplishments. Today's ceremony is a result of so many. First off, please join me in thanking all those who have played a part in making these ceremonies a reality. I think it's also an important time to recognize those who have laid the groundwork for today's honors. Sir Isaac Newton, when asked about his accomplishments, said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." As we prepare to celebrate an amazing milestone, our centennial anniversary as a college, we recognize the many giants whose dedication have made WNCC such a special place. I would like to ask all current and former faculty, staff, alumni, and board members to please stand if you are able and be recognized. Lastly, the most important group that we have here today are our graduates. The things this class have accomplished are nothing short of outstanding. With determination and grit, you have completed your graduation requirements. A proud alumni has come before you, a distinguished faculty has prepared you, and you are ready to step forward to the next stages of life. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce this year's student speaker, Medea Casillas. Medea of Scottsbluff is graduating with an Associate of Science degree. She plans to continue her education by pursuing a Doctor of Nursing practice specializing in dermatology and aesthetics. Medea aspires to open her own aesthetic nursing practice here in Scottsbluff. Please help me welcome Medea.
Good morning, graduates, faculty, proud families. I want to take a moment to thank all of our families for their endless support and belief in us, because they have earned this moment just as much as we have. Thank you, Mom, Dad, my siblings, and my friends for standing by me, encouraging me, and being part of this journey. And now to thank the real heroes today, Caffeine and Google. Without them, none of us would be here. My name is Medea Casillas. I am lucky enough to be among the students who are graduating here today. Today is more than just a ceremony. It's a celebration of years of hard work, late nights, and countless hours of debating if you should drop out instead of just finishing that essay. But here you are. Congratulations, class of 2026. You did it. You've completed college, which means we have successfully mastered some important life skills, surviving on 2 hours of sleep, and nodding like we know what's going on in class. Let's take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. You've arrived on campus as hopeful, organized individuals, and you leave as people who consider, "I'll just wing it," a legitimate strategy. I'm not just gonna stand up here and tell you I was the perfect student, because I wasn't. I missed assignments, second-guessed myself, and didn't always have things figured out. I remember days and nights in the C-Pod studying models over and over because nothing seemed to stick. Over time, and with the help of my mom and her studying tricks, I began to understand the material and stayed consistent even when I didn't feel motivated. Those struggles with studying taught me discipline and patience, and they helped me realize success comes from persistence and not perfection. But through all of that, I learned something more important than being perfect: how to keep going. Growth isn't about having a flawless GPA. It's about putting in the effort, learning from your mistakes, and getting back up when things don't go your way. So if you ever feel like you have no idea what you're doing, congratulations. You're fully qualified to graduate college. And let's be honest, none of us know what we're doing. And here's a secret that nobody tells you. College is mostly just figuring things out as you go and doing it with confidence. No one in this room has life fully figured out, and I'm no exception. And maybe that's exactly what makes us ready for what comes next. Life is messy, unpredictable, and sometimes confusing, but it's also full of opportunity. You've already learned how to navigate uncertainty, adapt, and persevere. You may not have all of the answers, but that's okay. Life isn't about knowing everything. It's about learning, growing, and having the courage to try. And let's not forget your other college achievements too. You learned how to survive on very little sleep. You learned that "I'll start early" or "I'll get it done tomorrow" is a personality, not a plan. And you learned that somehow magically everything comes together, eventually. But you know what? It counts. Now, as you leave here today with that diploma in your hand and you move on to your next chapter in life, you're gonna face big decisions, important life choices like, should I cook dinner or should I just eat cereal again? Is this a career path or just a really long phase? And how long can I keep pretending I know what I'm doing before someone else notices? And now I'm supposed to give you advice as a commencement speaker because apparently once you walk across a stage, you're qualified to give advice. So here are a few. Don't feel like you need to have your whole life figured out. No one really does, no matter how it looks from the outside. Growing up, I've always been told not to stress about the distant future, but to focus on where I'll be in the next 1 to 3 years. Your life doesn't need to make sense right away. Or ever, honestly. Try things, fail at things, accidentally succeed at things. That's half the fun. And when things go wrong, and they will, just remembered, you once paid tuition to take a class at 8 a.m. You've already survived worse decisions. As we move on from here, hold on to the friendships that got you through the years at WNCC. I have met some of my lifelong friends at college, but life gets busy, and it's easy to drift apart. but when the people who stood close to you during this time are worth keeping close. Our family and parents, this one's for you too. Keep holding on to us even when we start to figure out things on our own. We may be stepping into new chapters, but we'll always need your support, your advice, and your presence in our lives. And the final piece of advice I'd give to everyone graduating today: be bold, be curious. Be the kind of person who tries even when you might fail, even when it's uncomfortable, and even when it means, wait, how do I do my taxes? So as we leave here today, don't worry about having everything perfectly mapped out. None of us do. Just take what you've learned, the people you've met, and the experiences that shape you, and carry them forward. Stay open to change, stay grounding in who you are, and don't be afraid to grow in ways you didn't expect. This isn't the end of anything. It's just the start of figuring out what comes next. Hopefully, with a little help from caffeine when needed, and Google when we're not entirely sure what we're doing. Congratulations, class of 2026. Now go out there and see what you're capable of. Thank you.
Thank you, Medea. At this time, please welcome back the Western Nebraska Winds, conducted by Dr. Nathaniel Johnson, as they perform Kingdom Hearts. Thank you, Nat, and thank you to all members of the Western Nebraska Winds. Now please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Oscar Gonzalez. Oscar of Scotts Bluff moved to the area as a teenager, where he worked as a migrant laborer and attended Scotts Bluff High School. After a decorated military career, he came back home and earned a degree from WNCC in 2019. Today, Oscar is a successful business owner operating Reverence Funeral Parlor with his wife, Stephanie. Please help me in welcoming Oscar.
Good morning, graduates, faculty, families, and friends. Today, you've reached a milestone in your life, not just because of the degrees you're receiving, but because of what those degrees represent. Years of effort, late nights, moments of doubt, and the quiet decision to keep pushing forward. And not to quit when the going wasn't so easy or when you felt you couldn't find a way. And now here you are at the end of this chapter and on the brink of a new one. When people talk about graduation, they often talk about the future. Your careers, your ambitions, your dreams, and that matters. However, before we look too far ahead, I want to talk to something a little more meaningful. Your foundation. Because no matter how big your dreams are, and I hope they are very big, the life you will build will only be as strong as what it's built on. So your foundation is just like a house or any other strong structure. Foundations aren't flashy, they aren't applauded, nobody really sees them or even pays attention to them. But they determine everything. They determine how you handle success, and more importantly, how you handle failure. So what makes a strong foundation? First, it's your values. Not the ones you write down because they sound good, but the ones that you actually live by when things get hard. Integrity when it's inconvenient, kindness when it's not reciprocated, and discipline when nobody's watching. Out in the world, you're going to be tested in ways that didn't show up in exams. You'll be faced with moments where cutting corners is easier, where staying silent feels safer, and where giving up seems justified. However, your foundation is what decides what you do in those moments. Second, your foundation is built on your habits, not your goals, your habits. I had the privilege to serve our country in the Army as an active duty parachutist. We had a saying, when things hit the fan and the bullets start coming your way rather than away from you, you'll fall back to your level of training. So we trained hard to make sure that we had that foundation of good training so that way we knew we could fall back onto something that we knew. Second, your foundation, Goals are exciting, but they give you purpose, motivation, and direction. But habits are what carry you forward on the days when motivation disappears, and it will disappear often. You'll find an excuse not to push forward. This is where discipline falls into place. The small things you do consistently, how you manage your time, how you treat people, and how you respond to setbacks, those are the bricks of your foundation. And here's the truth. Most success doesn't come in one big, fearless leap. It comes from hundreds of small, disciplined steps and the tenacity to keep pushing forward. I've also had the privilege and the honor to start my own business alongside my wife, which we began from the ground. There are many setbacks and many obstacles to overcome, but we've been in business now for a little over 5 years, and we've had the honor to serve over 700 families right here in our community. The third part of your foundation is the willingness to learn. Today you graduate with knowledge. However, more important than what you know is how you perceive what you don't know. The world you're entering is changing fast. Careers will shift. Industries will evolve. Some jobs that you'll have don't even exist yet. Your foundation should be strong. It is what will support the entirety of what you'll do. You will struggle, but if it's built on curiosity, humility, and the ability to say, I don't know, but I can learn, you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Now let's talk about dreams. Because building a strong foundation isn't the end goal. It's what allows you to go after something meaningful without collapsing under pressure. Every one of you has dreams. Some of them are clear and defined. Others are still forming. Some feel exciting and some feel terrifying. That's where fear comes in. We often talk about pursuing dreams without fear, but let me be honest with you. Fear doesn't go away. It doesn't just disappear. I've jumped from an aircraft while in flight successfully over 50 times. One of them wasn't so successful. That was jump number 11. Fear is part of the process. You'll feel it when you apply for a job that you're not sure you're qualified for, when you move to a new city where you don't know anybody, and when you take a risk that might not pay off. Fear shows up when something matters. The goal isn't to eliminate fear. The goal is to stop letting it decide for you. After my not-so-successful jump, I recovered and continued to jump because I believed in the mission of the paratroopers, and it mattered to me to be a member of that team. Fear has a way of shrinking your world. It'll tell you things like stay where it's comfortable. Don't try, you might fail. Don't stand out, you might be judged. But if you listen to fear, you'll find yourself living a life that feels safe but not fulfilling. Here's what I want you to remember. You can be afraid and still move forward. You can still jump. Courage is not the absence of fear, but it's the action in spite of it. Some of the most successful and fulfilled people that you'll ever meet, they're not fearless. They're just practicing not listening to the voice of fear in their minds. They apply when they might get rejected. They speak up even when their voice shakes. They try even when success is not guaranteed. They accept the honor to come and speak to the graduates. Over time, that willingness to act builds something powerful, confidence. Not the loud performative kind, but the quiet confidence that comes from knowing that I can handle whatever happens after this. Now, I also want to address something that doesn't get said enough on days like this. Not all of you have your dreams figured out, and that's okay. There's a lot of pressure to have a clear path and a clear plan and know exactly where you're going and how you'll get there. But life doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes your path will be direct, but more often than not, it won't be clear. You'll try things that don't fit. You'll take jobs and meet people that'll teach you what you don't want for yourself. You'll change direction more than once, sometimes a few times over. That's not failure, that's exploration. That's how you find out exactly what you want for yourself. Your foundation is what allows you to navigate that uncertainty without losing yourself. So instead of asking yourself, do I have it all figured out? Ask yourself, am I building skills? Am I learning? Am I growing into somebody that I would respect? If the answer is yes, you're on the right path, even if it doesn't look like it or feel like it yet. Before I finish up, I would like to leave you with a few things to contemplate. First, take ownership of your life. No one else is responsible for your direction. You won't always get perfect opportunities, and you won't always have the best conditions. But you will always have agency. You can choose how you respond. You can choose whether you want to try again, and you can choose to keep building. You won't feel confidence to start. Confidence comes after action, not before it. If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting for a long time. So start before you're ready. Learn as you go. Lastly, define success on your own terms. The world is going to offer you many definitions of success. It'll offer you titles, salaries, notoriety, and recognition. But if you build a life that is measured in success only by external measures, it's always going to feel unstable. Build a life that aligns with your values, that feels meaningful to you, not just impressive to others. And finally, stay grounded in your foundation. When things go well, it'll keep you humble. When things fall apart, sometimes they will. It'll keep you solid. Because at the end of the day, your degree is not the finish line. It's a starting point for building something that only you can build. A life shaped by your choices, your effort, and your resilience. So go forward with heavy ambition. Dream big, take risks, but also don't forget to keep building beneath it all. Because when your foundation is strong, you can pursue your dreams, not without fear, but without being governed by it. Congratulations, class of 2026. Your future is yours to build.
Thank you, Oscar. I don't know what it says about all of you, but I think he said it's scarier to speak in front of you than jump out of a perfectly good airplane. So now we will have the opportunity to hear from WNCC Performing Arts Group Varsity Vocalese. They will perform The Defining Moment by Pink Zebra under the direction of Dr. Patrick Newell. Maybe. I'm early. Okay, thank you, Varsity Vocalists. I'd like now to welcome Dr. Kate Steinbach, Interim Chief Academic Officer, to the podium.
Thank you. With great proclamation, candidates for graduation, please rise as you are able. Candidates, please rise. Ms. Star Lell, Vice Chair of the Western Community College Area Board of Governors, and President Greg Dart of Western Nebraska Community College, these candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing, Associate of Occupational Studies, Diploma, Certificate, and Professional Skills Award have declared that they have completed the required courses of study for the academic credential they seek. Therefore, as Interim Chief Academic Officer and on behalf of the faculty at Western Nebraska Community College, I hereby recommend that the candidates receive the academic award that they have requested with all the rights and privileges granted thereto. It gives me great pleasure to present the 2026 graduating class of Western Nebraska Community College. Graduates, you may be seated. Excuse me. And now, the part you've all been waiting for. We will ask that the graduates please come forward, provide your card to Dr. Grant Wilson at the podium, and proceed to President Dart and members of the Board of Governors, where you will be presented with a diploma cover. As you exit the platform, graduates who served in the United States Armed Forces will be presented with a military challenge coin by Dr. Johnson on behalf of WNCC's Student Veterans Organization. In addition, we are proud to welcome back members of the class of 1976 as they celebrate the 50th anniversary of their graduation. If you are a member of the graduating class of 1976, please stand as you are able and be recognized. Two distinguished alumni from the class of 76, Mary Kay Hahn and Board of Governors member Alan Creeman, will present each graduate with a special gift on behalf of the WNCC Alumni Association.
Katalia Adams. Alyssa Alba. Angel Arellano. Leslie Arias. Alejandra Avila. David Baker Basler. Nayeli Barraza. Melanie Belder. Andrew Biberos. Keaton Bodie. Devin Bruckle. Elijah Budd. Ariana Canseco. Antonio Casella Bruno. Mireya Casillas. Christine Castillo. Emilio Cervantes. Caleb Clark. Tara Claus. Travis Klein. John Coakley. Maya Kobos. Tylee Connor. Nathaniel Cooper. Kai Kreitz. Vitold Sharenkovich. Renee Dabney. Dorothy Deharsh. Jenna Davis. Addison Duke. Mererik Ebuko. Courtney Edson. Jessica Ernest. Lincoln Falkenberg Brown. Maraki Fasil Andarje. Bana Faye. Rhett Flack. Autumn Fleming. Jerry Fogg. Cesar Garcia. Maddox Gardner. Samantha Gerbaz. Alejandra Gonzalez Orozco. Sabrina Garola. Isaiah Gutierrez. Bradley Hagland. Thanks. Jaden Hakert. Brance Haluska. Kellen Harris. Patricia Hegel. Tina Horton. Isabel Hubbard. Chad Hutchins. Bryson Heil. Menatala Ibrahim. Brittany Jacobs. Elizabeth Jalen. Adrian Joey. Michaela Jones. Noah Jones. Lucas Kadolf. Joshua Klur. Eliezer Lemien. Isaac Leach. Ross Leinert. Toms Linus. Ruth Lively. Adriana Lopez. Ashlyn Lopez. Brittany Lopez. Nehemiah D. Loya. Zachary Lucetto. Sage Mackey. Doran Mange. Thomas Markison. Erica Medina. Elijah Mickey. Trayton Middleton. Danae Montalvo Arroyo. Abigail Moreno. Avian Moreno. Kyle Morganegg. Evangeline Mosher. Ryder Nichols. Nadia Northern. Ogechi Mwagwu. Hope Ogbondo. Maria Guadalupe Munoz Oliva. Zoe Paez. Allison Parker. Megan Peaster. Darian Perrin. Andrew Peterson. Jocelyn Pourier. Brandon Renaud. Nicholas Renz. Cassandra Raquejo. Mason Ricks. Quentin Robbins. Braden Robertson. McGuire Rolls. Maya Rupp. Victoria Sarkanyeva. Anthony Savala. Hyunseo Shin. Chelsea Sigsbury. Elena Soper. Isaiah St. Pro. Mitchell Stritt. Hunter Stratman. Lillian Tabor. Natalie Tarr. Ryan Thorstensen. Chad Tracy. That's all right. Tori Travers. Elias Valdez. Sienna Vanderveen. Ariel Valise Smith. Eric Vinton. Hannah Walker. Bridger Wallace. Frost Wallace. John Ward. Tanya Weimer. Wyatt Weiss. Aminata Yajo. Aaliyah Ibarra. Mikhail Zubko.
All right, that's the funnest part of the whole thing, I think. So excited about that. But this is my favorite part. Graduates, please rise as you are able and remain standing. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Western Community College Area Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, honors, and privilege appertaining thereto. As WNCC's newest graduates, you may move your tassels now to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2026. All right, you can sit down now, although we're about to prepare for the recessional. Faculty, staff, and administration will prepare the celebratory pathway for our graduates. We ask that audience members remain in their seats and keep the aisles clear until all graduates have left Cougar Palace. Please join us for a reception located in the pit, the Welcome Center, and/or the Learning Commons. For today, goodbye. For tomorrow, good luck. And forever, go Cougars!